If you have been on my channel for any amount of time besides 0, you know by now that I love Sly Cooper. I love anything to do with the games. Some people just have a favorite game because it's fun or makes them happy or feels like an escape from reality no matter how bad things get in life. But for me, Sly is all that and more. And there's a specific reason why, besides the games just being really good. So I decided to sit down and write about it and tell you all a story. So here's the rough time of my life when Sly Cooper was my only friend. I grew up in a small town in bumfucked West Virginia, and by small town, I mean a population of less than 450 people. So yeah, it's pretty fucking small. But I lived in the back roads of that town. That may be hard to believe, with a town with only that many people, isn't every road a back road? But no, I mean the back roads. I didn't have internet, I barely had TV and cable, but my brother had a PlayStation 2. We had games like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, Final Fantasy, Arthur and the Invisibles, Lego Batman, but one of them stood out to me, and that was Sly 2 Band of Thieves. My brother had gotten it for his birthday, but my brother didn't like it, so he didn't care if I played it and ruined his save files. Yes, kids, you won't understand that, but back then we had memory cards, and if you accidentally overwritten that file that had a lot of work on it, or simply just had a younger brother that deleted it like I totally didn't do, it's gone forever. But my brother stopped playing Sly 2 around episode 2 with the mission where you had to find pieces of a tux, and I played that mission over and over again because our memory card didn't work right and it wouldn't save, or I was just too young to know how to save. I honestly can't remember, it's been so long ago. If you watched my video of the top 5 worst and best missions from Sly, you would have heard my little story on that, but I played it as much as possible. After school, after waking up, after eating, breathing, pissing, shitting, I was always playing it, and it would never get old. I would always run around in real life acting like I was Sly, trying to climb things and sneak around, and I would always steal snacks out of the cabinet and leave Sly's calling card that I made out of 2 pieces of paper and a pencil and a piece of tape. And to remind you guys, I was about 4 at the time, but after a long time of playing that every day, I eventually got the first and third game after I figured out they existed. Like I said, I was like 4. I forgot 1 became before 2 in Sly 2 Band of Thieves. So yeah, I eventually figured it out. I learned about Sly 3 going clothes shopping one day. Now I know that might not sound correct, but we were about ready to check out after clothes shopping, and on top of the cabinet where all the candy was, there was games. And I saw Sly 3, and I about pissed myself. I begged my mom up and down to get it, and she eventually got it for my birthday. And now today somehow I have 3 copies of Sly 3. I'm really not sure how that happened, but I have 3 copies. I figured out about Sly 1 after going to a GameStop and looking in the pre-used game section where they had those yellow little cases with all the discs in them, and I found Sly 1 and they only wanted $7 for it, so I got it. I played Sly 1 and 3 just as much as I played Sly 2, and no matter how much I played it, it never got old. But after a while, my PlayStation 2 eventually went missing, and still to this day I have no idea where it went. But the one advantage over that I had was that my grandmother lived across the street from me, and I could just walk outside and be there in less than 1 minute. And my uncle had a PlayStation 3 that was backwards compatible with the PlayStation 2 games. It was one of the first gen PlayStation 3s. And that's where I played Sly again for a while. They were almost the only games that I ever played, other than Guitar Hero or Kung Fu Panda or something like that I would play just to play, cause why not? I remember one time specifically I was playing a mission in Sly 2 Episode 3 where you had to shoot down the dam to lead Rajan out of hiding, and the power went out, and it was pitch black, and I just kind of sat in the dark for a solid 5 seconds and just went, Pretty funny, but a true story. But I played those Sly games all the time, and whenever I say all the time, I mean all the time. And one day I was playing Guitar Hero 3, and I went to go eject the disc to play Sly, and the disc drive got jammed. You would have to physically grab the disc and pull it out. And as time went on, it just got worse and worse, and the first generation PlayStation 3s are known for having bad disc drives, and eventually we had to trash that PlayStation 3. And my uncle got a new one, but the only problem was that PlayStation 3 wasn't backwards compatible with PlayStation 2 games. And this was before the 2010 release of the Sly collection, so I couldn't play Sly at all. And as time went on, Sly 4 came out and I couldn't play it. The Sly collection came out and I had no money to get it, but I never forgot my love for the games. Then for my birthday only a few years ago, I got a PlayStation 3 and the Sly collection and Sly 4. and I played them and played them and recorded them for you guys and played them and played them and played them. I loved it. It made me love life. And for a while it was like that. Then eventually I had to move from that town. I moved near where I live now, and I was a lonely kid. I had no friends, and I was scared and unfamiliar with everything. But one thing I had was my PlayStation 3 and every Sly game. And I think I played it as much then as I did in the past, all combined. It was there for me. Sly Cooper was my only friend. That's all I did all day. Every day I went to school and was scared to talk to anybody or scared to do anything, didn't do my work. All I thought about was going home and playing Sly again. Then as time went on, I made friends and got a life, got a job, but I never forgot my love for Sly. And now we're in the present day, and I still love Sly as much as I did as a kid. And I still play it to this day, very often. It always makes me smile and happy. So I just want to say thanks to Sucker Punch, and thank you, Sly Cooper, for being awesome as shit and putting a smile on my face. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any stories with your favorite game or from Sly Cooper, please type it down in the comments and I'll be sure to read them and respond to them. And I'll talk to you guys later.